Hump day, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's good to be back, right? I know that we had engagements with our families and whatnot. It was the holiday just recently, and we want to, from the Cowboy Cast to everybody out there, want to wish you. We hope you guys had a great holiday. Uh, Arf, what was on the menu? I know that you've been sticky to it, man.
Yeah, man. No meat for what, 34 days or something. It was crazy, man. No, I feel a lot better actually. It's kind of crazy. But no, man, I did eat meat on Sunday. My brother cooked a mean freaking some buffalo wings, some chicken, sausage. I had a little bit of that. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I didn't feel too good when I ate it. So this might be the new norm for me.
Oh
No
no!
meat.
Oh no!
But I mean, I'll still eat meat every once in a while, but just not on my daily basis.
Yeah, I
So
get you. I get you. It's a new. I mean, it's something different, right? So your body gets used to it, and just like
yeah.
anything, you gotta get used to it too. Hello, good to
Yo,
hear.
what up, Hoodlum?
I know, man. We've been MIA.
For
Black
real.
Mama, what's up, right? Hey, we're here. TikTok, we're here. If you're watching us on TikTok, make sure you click on that link in our bio. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Of course, we're gonna have a couple gap giveaways coming around. We are 15 days from the 2023 NFL draft. Harv, have the Dallas Cowboys completely addressed every single need? I mean, now we've had some time to really sit down and really think it through and evaluate every trade that was made. We look at the Dallas Cowboys every year, and it almost feels like we have the right players in place. Just it's always like the same ending. Ends up in heartbreak, and it ends up in a bunch of Cowboys haters drinking that haterade. So I mean, have the Cowboys done enough this offseason to enter the draft with no needs?
It's one of those things, man. Everybody's like, we need a guard, we need a guard. I get it. I don't I don't think they're giving enough credit to the Jets. Is it Chuma? I don't even know how to say his name.
Yeah,
Idogoga or whatever
yeah.
it is.
Oh, you had it right the first time.
Like he actually might surprise some people. He looks pretty solid playing left guard, man. But the thing I like about him is he's flexible. He played right tackle, I believe, as
Yes,
well.
yes, he did.
So I'm just saying, man. I mean, the Cowboys are really. I think after what they went through last year, they're not going to go through that again. So they said we need not only somebody that can play, solidify the left guard, but also be flexible enough to move them around. So I think they did enough, like the Cowboys usually always do, right, to be the best player available at 26. Now they went a little above and beyond this past year, and the year before was heartbreaking. This year, I just felt it was even worse, man. I think the knife was in already, and they just sprinkled a little bit of salt and just kind of digged it even more. And I think that left a lasting impression on Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, where they had to go get something done, man. And they for sure, Stephen Gilmore and Brandon Cooks. This is just icing on the cake, man.
Gene Castillo 113 on TikTok says too many interceptions. If we cut that, we can move forward.
And I think I'm telling you guys, you know how I am about Dak. You know how hey man, all these things about the offense. I'm feeling very optimistic about this offense. I really am. And I think let's all start new, right? Let's all start new and just give it a shot, right? Because it's a new offense he's going to be in. Probably the same verbiage, different, different, different offense. And this might be the best fit for Dak, I think. I honestly think I've been watching a lot of Green Bay film, and I'm telling you, man, I just hope they do incorporate the fullback. I love the fullback. So we'll see, man. Let's be optimistic, though.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like you said, like the moves, we haven't seen these kind of moves in years. I think the last time was with Brandon Carr, and that one kind of stung a lot of Cowboy fans, right? And especially the checkbook for the Joneses, right? Rev says you better be Javi. I guess he's referring to your diet, I guess, of some sorts.
Yeah.
Let's get back on it. And Black Mama says, "Give me your damn hat, Javi." She just demanding it. We still need a center, veteran running back, and a wide receiver. And then Black Mamba, what going on, Hoodlum? Can the draft be here already, man? I can't wait, man. Literally 15 days. Let's just not even count it today. We'll just say today's technically Thursday and it'll be 2 weeks, right? Sounds so much more better that way. But now let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm so nervous about this draft, Black Mamba.
I think everybody is.
We had this conversation yesterday, right? Because
Yeah.
you told Kendall, or no, Kendall was saying, "I'm just so excited about the 2023 NFL draft." And you're like, "For what? To get your heart broken?" And he understand it, right? Because the thing is that we see these players being linked up. I know that we talked about the 30 visit, how it was so predominant for wide receivers, and we're saying, "Hey, what are the Cowboys doing here? Why are they bringing in so many wide receivers? If you brought one in through trade and you still got two that you spent, a fifth on Simi Fahuku and a third on Jalen Tolbert, then you still got Michael Gallup, who you gave a big contract to, and then you got CeeDee Lamb. So, when you start throwing all this into the mix, now we're starting to see that things are getting a little bit more refined. We saw Jackson Smith and Jigba out of Ohio State, who I think is the best wide receiver in this entire draft class, coming from college to the pros. Um, and I saw a report where it says scouts across the board say the same thing. The Jackson Smith the Jig was the best, is the only true first round wide receiver. So to each to each his own.
Okay.
Somebody on TikTok says go birds. Ref says love it, and then Gene Castillo says I hope you're right, sir, and you have a good outlook for the next season. I will tell you this: if you look at Mike Martz, right, who was a former coach, he looked at every single one of Dak's interceptions.
Mind you, I think he was part of the fastest show on turf.
Correct.
Just throwing that out there. Go ahead, Jerry.
He said that 5 of those interceptions are on Dak. 5 of them.
I could agree with that.
5. If you listen to Brian Baldinger, he says really in reality it's 3. So the consensus is this is not a norm for Dak Prescott. So there's no need for us to start getting worried because there's never been a trend. Last year, yes. And we could see, hell, Cooper Rush, who we didn't know if he could get us by a game, from 1 week to the other. And he put together 4 games. Hey, that's going to put some pressure on anybody. I don't care who you are. If let's just say Patrick Mahomes goes down, and Cooper Rush comes in and wins you 4 games, don't you think that he's going to feel a little urgency? Hey, I need to make some plays. I need to make some noise because everybody wants Cooper to have my job, right? Let's get a little caught up on YouTube. Javi, we start New Year with Dak laughing out loud. Detroit Lions I heard Nate Newton on a podcast this morning saying O-line has to be the pick at 26. Man, we're going to talk about this right now. Jose Piz, what's up, strangers? I almost forgot my Cowboy Cast password. I love it, man. Welcome, Detroit. I absolutely agree, right? So, but let's talk about it, right? Because look at that. Rev is saying facts because I think Rev is the one who pointed that out on the Discord. I went back and I read the article, which is it's great. I love to see that when, yes, the Cowboys make the news, mainstream media every day. Every day. However, is that even?
Let me tell you something, man. There's a reason why there's still networks, because the Dallas Cowboys are still playing football.
America's team.
That's it.
But let's get back on subject, right? Because there has been a consensus lately, and we're waiting for our crowd that's normally here, right? That's always chanting this name at 26. So let's talk about this, man. I think in essence, the Cowboys are in a position for best player available at 26. Is that safe to say? I know you said maybe adding some depth at offensive line, right?
The only reason I say that is because of the depth they added to the guard. Got it. We all know, I don't care what anybody says, we're taking a guard in this draft. I wholeheartedly believe we're taking a guard. But when? That's why we got to watch the draft. But this is the thing for me, man. Um, I think they set it up for best available player, but the consensus, like you said, Jerry, this Kincaid guy, man, keeps coming up.
Dalton Kincaid out of Utah.
What is going like? I got it. I've been hearing it for the last month, month and a half, to whatever. Now let's an ultra cowboy. I don't know where he's at. He needs to show up. Where's Old Domain talking about Kincaid train and 22 days when it was 22 days till Kincaid. So this is the thing, man, about Kincaid. And I sat there and thought about it. There has been times, tell me guys on the comments, we have been upset that the Cowboys took a player. We're like, why did he take him? Who is this guy? Or why would he go? And then it worked out. So let me give you a little bit of context with that, right? For the last 32 years, this draft being 33, and I'm not counting Tyler Smith, the Cowboys have selected 32 players. Well, not 32, somewhere around there. Out of 32 years, 11 of them have not panned out of the 32 players. Right? Now, out of those 11, I'm going to name two of them that kind of didn't pan out from what they're saying. Alvin Harper and Kevin Smith, which I thought they were pretty good players.
Damn good players.
So I would roughly probably say 9. The only reason I say 11 is because the other players all made a Pro Bowl. So
well said. Look at Hoodlum chiming in. I'd rather draft a tackle, right? Jay Fonda says, Jay Fonda 200 says, "What's up, fellas? I'm late, but I'm here. It's all matters, man. We're talking about Dalton Kincaid at pick 26, man. If BPA is 26 and Bijan, I still don't want him. I'd rather O-line or tight end. Wow. So Jay Fonda would be on the Dalton Kincaid. I'd rather have Michael Mayer, right? And Hoodlum, I agree. Better hands and better run blocker. Zay Flowers is the best wide receiver in my
opinion. Thank you, Alex.
Hey, I love Jackson Smith and Jigbo, man.
I got you, but
I understand. Zay Flowers he's nice. He's really.
This is my thing, Jerry. I'm tired of slow receivers.
Me too.
Haven't we drafted slow receivers? I'm not saying super slow. I'm just saying like we never had that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am on the need for speed, man.
It was a great video game when we were growing up. We do not need a tight end until pick 6, Black Mamba. Round 6. That's what she's trying to say. Let's get a little caught up on TikTok. So Rev says, I'm not saying Dak is perfect, but let's not just hate on the dude for no reason. Study the tape. Brian Weidman, what's going on, guys? Long time no see. Rev also said, all I'm saying, Kincaid is ranked top 15 on everyone's rankings. I don't like it, but he can play. We need more firepower on offense. That's by Brian Weidman. Weidman. And then somebody says Chiefs are better. Yes, they are. They are the reigning Super Bowl champs. Thank you for not letting the Eagles win, right? Sorry, Eagles. You guys can fly all you want. Just don't be winning Super Bowls. You can't catch up to R5. The chase for Sace is this year, right? Jay Funa says Addison from USC is pretty good too. He's the type of player where you need to kind of go back. You need to see his tape because for whatever reason they just didn't use him like the way he was at Pitt. And I know he has a good pickup with Kenny Pickett. But let's talk about this real quick because I do have a list of some former Utah first rounders. Did you know that last year there was a first round Utah player selected in the first round last year? Devin Lloyd, linebacker.
I liked him too.
Pick 27. Previously like that, normally Utah is pumped out second, thirds, and some fourths. But previously from that, it was Garrett Bowles in 2017, the offensive tackle that is currently, I believe he's still with the Broncos. He is still with the Broncos. And then prior to him, it was in 2013 Star Lutulele, right? he was a what, like a zero tech. I mean, the big boy.
He's
I
a
don't know if he's
beast.
still playing. I think he might have had a contract not too long ago. If anybody wants to actually look at the tape, Mike Martz did a video breaking down every one of Dak's picks last year, worth the watch. That's exactly what we're talking about.
He was late to the party.
It's all good. It's exactly what we're talking about. Rev actually gave us that heads up, and I went put it on, and I love
Appreciate it, Rev.
appreciate it, Rev.
Appreciate it.
We do, man. And make sure you guys go watch Rev too, man. We need to draft needs first and depth wants second. Wow. So you're saying forget the BPA, but let's talk about it real quick because Rev did say that he's ranked 15th, and let me see. All I'm saying, right? He says Kincaid is ranked top 15 on everyone's rankings. I don't like it, but he can play. We need more firepower, and the true one says I'm looking at Zay Flowers. Craig Lofgren says we need to draft a weapon in the first round. And then Jose Luvano says we beat Eagles. And then Ernie Reisner says go Cowboys. And he goes, I'm out on flowers. I'm sorry. Okay.
Huh? What?
Craig. Oh, Craig, he's out on flowers. And then the true one says, but I really want Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee. Harp, I've told you, man. The thing when you look at Hyatt is how does he get so wide open? That's what I want to know. And I can't wait for football. I miss betting on the Cowboys every weekend. Bro, CeeDee Lamb about to go off this year. And now Cowboys draft best available, don't matter position. I think it's a consensus right now. But let's talk about Dalton Kincaid and let's get a little understanding of who he is, right? So far we've said that he's out of Utah. He's a tight end. So this is what they have. This is his synopsis. I guess it's just a summary of him basically. And this is from PF. This is from PFF. Obviously, PFF is a good resource because they put a lot of analytics behind these things. It says at 240 pounds, Kincaid bridges the gap between tight end and wide receiver. You're not going to draft him for his blocking ability, but he's at least serviceable in that regard. Kincaid can be a focal point of an offense with his route running ability after recording 70 catches, 890 yards at Utah last season. And I could go on. We're going to go on. We're going to talk about all this great stuff right now. Let's see what Jay Fona says. Will McClay is at his best at BPA, though. He is, man.
He is.
Great run. So the true one, I guess he's on there. He goes great route running and he is fast. That is something I have noticed on tape. You know, somebody says he's hard to tackle, and you know what is very noticeable when you see him.
Yeah.
And he's able to get the yak, but I think that's kind of why he had a broken back. I believe it was a fractured back or was it broke?
It's fractured. It's a fracture.
And you can see because he runs very violently after the catch. So when you see it, you see a bunch of defenders trying to find ways to get him down to the floor. And of course, he's just a nice. I mean, his hands are nice. Hello says you draft BPA in the first round. That's what it's 6 other rounds for needs. Well said. I agree, Hulum. Jackson reminds me of Jarvis Landry, and Zay reminds me of OBJ. Wow, that's some that I don't know, man. I'll say this: Jarvis Landry's always been a great football player, but Jackson Smith he has that killer instinct, Alex. I guess I gotta go back and rewind what I've studied. Kincaid is good, but what is it? We don't need him at 26. Alia, hello, welcome. Look at the game against Alabama. Kind of reminds me of Julio Jones. Ooh, who said that? I think he's talking about. Is he talking about Kincaid? No, he's talking about somebody else.
But I'll tell you this, man.
He's talking about Jalen Hyatt. I'm sorry.
You know who Zay Flowers does remind me of? Antonio Brown.
Oh wow.
at his peak.
And that's because Antonio Brown didn't have that speed factor.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like
Yeah, he was very shifty, very quick.
shifty, quick. Yeah.
JSN, his hands are above Landry as a route runner. I think that's the thing with him is he can get open. That's why I like Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and he's talking about he's referring to Jalen Hyatt. So let's look more into Dalton Kincaid, where he wins natural receiving ability. Kincaid has all the coachable aspects of being a receiver in spades, whether it's adjusting to balls, setting up defenders, or subtle movements after the catch. Kincaid has all of it. But doesn't that kind of remind you of Jake Ferguson a little bit? Let's just be real for a moment.
No.
When you see Jake Ferguson, doesn't he have this little subtleness to his ability to get open?
Yeah, he does, but not like Kincaid does. Kincaid, I'm telling you, man.
But
Now,
Jake,
if you're no, don't get me wrong. I love the Fergus shots. I love Hendershot, Jake Ferguson. I love him to death. But this is a different tight end. He is at a different level, man. Like he really is.
I think that it's the same kind of conversation I've had with you about CeeDee Lamb and others. It's like people want to say Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in that draft class, and CeeDee Lamb obviously came out of the same draft class, but it's all situational. CeeDee Lamb hasn't really had Dak there for 3 full seasons, but he's made the most out of it. I think with Jake Ferguson, I don't think he's ever been a featured guy in the offense. Dalton Kincaid has been featured in that Utah offense. So just saying, if you give Jake Ferguson those same opportunities, I think he can give you the same thing. But let's move on. What is his role? He's a move tight end. I know that move tight ends were a relative fad that has been phased out in recent years, but Kincaid has enough ability to make an impact. If he were qualified as a receiver alone, that should be the bar for the move tight end designation. Wow. So they're saying the reason why is because he would probably be the best wide receiver. So now do you see why people are saying at 26 this is a real possibility?
And I said it. So I was doing work late last night, and somebody had a live going on, and I commented those exact words without even knowing that. I said that on the podcast. I said, "Is this really the best wide receiver in the draft?"
It's a good question. It's a real question.
Might be, man.
And finally, what can he improve? Muscle mass. We don't have the harp on it too much, but it's worth noting that there were only 3 tight ends in the NFL last season listed at 240 pounds or below. It's not unheard, but he's he's a relative outlier. Dang, so he's kind of
but he's gonna gain weight. He's gonna gain weight. He'll be fine.
And first or second round. So this is the bottom line that PFF has outlined. You'd like him to be a little bit bigger to make defenses respect him as a blocker, but he's the best receiving tight end in this draft class. So there you go, guys. I guess picking him at 26. I mean, how do you feel after seeing what PFF has put out for him for there? Jay Fona, you don't need to be fast if you can create 2 to 4 yards of separation every route in the route tree.
That is true.
Black Mamba even agrees. Look at that. Yes, indeed. Hoodlum, Jerry, if not taking no damn tight end in the first round. I love it. I love it. Hey, I'm just saying we got to play devil's advocate. We got to see, okay, if this is a real thing, what can he bring to the Dallas Cowboys offense, right? Aaliyah, don't need a tight end when we have 2 rookies and McEwen. She's absolutely right. She's talking about, well, they're not rookies. They're going to be their second year, Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot. This was McEwen's 3rd season, so we still got him for one more. Don't need one in the first round. I love it. Thank you, Hoodlum. Move on to something else, right? Mama's just laughing. Right? What's going on, Dwight Thrasher? Wait, talking about Dalton Kincaid as a real possibility 26.
Real possibility.
What is it going to do for the Dallas Cowboys? That's what we want to know. And then Aaliyah says, I don't understand people wanting more tight ends, though, because Dak uses a lot of his tight ends, and it's really successful for Dak. I think that's why Dalton Schultz actually, was able to use his, I don't know, what do you want to say? His say to pick the team he wanted to be. Obviously, he didn't want to be a Cowboy anymore.
No, I don't think that's what it was, man.
But let's go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't think that's what it was, Jerry. I think he was betting he could make more money, and it got him.
It backfired.
Yep.
Somebody tell me, bro, stop. Justice Jefferson is better than CD. And then Gilbert Gamma Jr., Raymond Horta is going to be your draft guest. You got the connection? Let's do it, man.
You got the connection. Let's go.
You got the connection. Let us know.
I'll wear the poncho and everything.
I know he's at the island on Thursdays, and I know I could probably go talk to him. I like how CD Lamb got as much knowledge as he could from Amari Cooper's CD's workouts. I'm pretty happy with current tight ends. Hey, we are too. Ferguson and Hendershot are not the answer.
Huh?
So Craig says Ferguson and Hendershot are not the answer. If Mayer's there, we need to take him. Wow. This is by Craig. He goes, I'm not happy with the tight ends right now. Why not, Craig? I mean, let's talk about that. I think Jake Ferguson, he did more than what most rookie first rounders. In fact, let's pull this up, right? Because, we actually were able to pull the clips from Chris Sims, right? And with Chris Sims, they were talking about tight ends drafted in the first round. Let's go to that clip so everybody can kind of see, right? Because I've asked this question on here on the Cowboys Cast, right? I said from the first rounders, from all tight ends, tell me which one has made the most noise or helped out his team the most. Let's take a look at it. This is actually Chris Sims's board. They're the ones who actually did this clip. When we look at this, Kyle Pitts was selected first round, 4th pick overall. TJ, and that was 2021. I like Kyle Pitts. Now, if you tell me Kyle Pitts at 26, Hoodlum, I want to hear your take. I would take Kyle Pitts at 26, man.
I would give my 26th pick to get Kyle Pitts.
Me too. Okay, I'm down with that. Not Dalton Kincaid. Oof. Okay, 2019, TJ Hawkinson was taken 8th overall.
That was shocking to me.
That was a big shocker. 2019, Noah Fant was selected 20th. 2018, Hayden Hurst was selected 25th before Lamar Jackson. Keep that in mind, guys, before Lamar Jackson. OJ Howard in 2017 was picked 19th. In 2017, Evan Ingram was picked 23rd. 2017, David Njoku was picked in 29th. Eric Ebron was picked 10th. That was a while back, and damn, I remember that too, man. That was when what was the 49ers? Was it Davis? What was his first name? It wasn't Vontae. It was
Vontae Davis?
No, it was the older brother, Vernon Davis. Remember Vernon Davis?
Yeah.
That was the comp for Eric Ebron. But let's get back on subject. 2013, Tyler Eifert at 21st. So when we look at this, these were the previous first round tight end picks that were selected. Now let's go ahead and see how they have been doing. Kyle Pitts in his rookie season put up 1,026 yards and had 1 touchdown.
Pretty good.
Now, if you add that to the Cowboys offense, you see the dynamic with it. But let's go down. Let's go further down. We'll gather our thoughts together. You're gonna have first floor. Evan Ingram, 722 yards, 6 touchdowns, which is crazy. I didn't know he scored that many touchdowns. That's good. Mark Andrews, 552 yards, 3 touchdowns. George Kittle, 515 yards, 2 touchdowns. David Njoku, 386, 4 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, 367 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dallas Goddard, 334 yards, 4 touchdowns. Dalton Schultz, 116 yards, no touchdowns. Darren Waller, 18 yards, no touchdowns. And believe it or not, guys, Travis Kelce at 0 yards, 0 touchdowns. So we're back, but we want to bring you an actual visual so you guys can see, right, of what we're talking about. Let me get caught up on YouTube because it looks like we're getting a little bit out of hand here. If at 26 BPA is Kincaid or Motzi, who are you taking? It's a great question.
As a general manager,
As you're the general manager, Jerry Jones says, give me a championship, Harv.
I gotta go with Kincaid, man.
Damn.
I gotta go with Kincaid.
I can't believe
I ain't gonna lie. I do. You know why? Because I can find a defensive tackle later on.
Aaliyah says Dak makes players really successful. Once he builds a chemistry, yes. Justin Jefferson, the same one that got the brakes beat off of him. All the guy laughing out loud. I love it, Aaliyah. Justin Jefferson been a number one since he been drafted. CD you can't say he's better than CD just yet. Exactly. I think with Justin Jefferson, he's had that. He had, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, and his quarterback has been healthy for all 3 years. So, and now with this new head coach, new scheme, man, they scheme him up wide open. And we've seen what that offense that, Kellen Moore was running. I know that everybody here agrees with us when we say Kellen Moore was the offensive coordinator guru, right? But in this case, we'll see when they simplify things how, when things were simple for Justin Jefferson, we'll see if CeeDee Lamb can have similar results. The Ferger shots, we love them, man. Justin Jefferson's the same one who got okay. Stephen White, the man that we want to talk to. Hi, y'all. We were talking about Dalton Kincaid as a Cowboy at pick 26. I like Michael Mayer. Then all of them, Mayer is just a complete tight end. Okay, Uvo, Jerry, and Javi. Teams do not know how to draft. We are going to steal their candy. You know what? It feels like that has happened these last couple of years for the Cowboys. For whatever reason, that player just falls right through the cracks.
And I think this time everybody has so much different feelings about these players this year that I think a couple might fall at 26, and I have a feeling Jerry's phone's going to be ringing.
Man, can you imagine being able to come back down and still get somebody like
because my question is, if Kincaid's still available, if Darnell Wright's still available, if Bijan's still available, what if Zay Flowers or Josh Downs is still available? Like, there's a lot of good players that probably still be available at 26. There's going to be phone calls be made, promise you.
Ref says tight end busts are high in the first round. I'd take Michael Mayer and the other second round. So I guess he's on with Hoodlum. Trayvon Diggs literally just said people need to stop comparing players all the time when they're both quality elite. So I don't understand when fans say Justin Jefferson is better than CD. And that's coming from Trayvon Diggs, who shut down Justin Jefferson and has to face CeeDee Lamb in practice every single day. So he knows that dynamic. Darnell Washington is the pick, not Kincaid. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Stephen White.
He's flipping it now. Wait. He is the Darnell Washington one.
He is the Darnell Washington. Old Domain and Ultra Cowboy are Kincaid.
That is right. Evan Ingram was also on a bad offensive team. Ingram was dominant in college and had a really good year last year as well. Kincaid is no Evan Ingram. Good point out there, Dwight. Black Mamba, just take Zay Flowers.
Yes.
I think we get Paris Johnson. Hey, if that happens, you have to look at this logically.
You think he's that good?
I don't think he's gonna be at 26, but if he's there, you have to take him.
You think he's better than Darnell Wright?
If you bring any offensive lineman into the program that the Cowboys have, especially with Duke Manyweather, they're gonna be all pros, man.
True.
I hope we get Paris Hoodlum. Oh, damn. So Stephen White will back off Darnell Washington if it's there. A good tight end will be available in the 5th round. I know you're big on Sam Laporta or
I am.
Laporta.
I love Sam Laporta, man.
Is it Laporta or Laporta?
Laporta, stop.
All right. I want to make everything Mexican. I'm sorry, guys. A top 50 player will fall.
Yep,
But is it going to be Bijan? If they select Bijan, are you be pissed? Darnell Washington didn't even start in college.
he didn't. I think he didn't have a lot of production.
No, because they kept on going to Brock Powers, man. That guy and Darnell's there blocking his butt off on every play. Hell no, no Darnell. with great thing. Reports came out today saying that Tony Pollard is the only franchise tag player that signed his tag out of other 5 to 6 players. Shows Tony Pollard is not selfish and he's a team player. I hope they can get a nice little 3-year deal, nothing over 10, something nice. Paris is the ultimate blue chipper in this draft. Oh, damn. You feel that high
You
about
think
it?
he's a blue chipper?
It's kind of hard because he's a true left tackle. He's a true left tackle, so he's gonna have to learn leverage and all that because he's big. He's a tall left tackle too. But damn, I need to go back and see that. Things could get crazy, and Nolan Smith be available at 20.
Listen. I don't care what anybody says. If Nolan Smith is at 26, that is an automatic. Put the card in. I mean, Jerry Jones, you freaking send like multiple cards with Nolan Smith so nobody messes it up. If Nolan Smith is available, I'm telling you, if Nolan Smith is available at 26, there should be no discussion between anybody in that room. It should be a consensus. Nolan Smith's the pick.
So TikTok is going off right now on Craig is still at it. He says Schultz was a huge loss for this team.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not.
Rev says if you're drafting Kincaid as a tight end, I'm not down. If you're using him more as a wide receiver, I'm in. We do not have a 3-down running back. That's also from Craig. Rev, if we drafted a tight end in the 1st round, he'd get paid more than our tight ends, making him the starter. Not good. And Craig emphasized we don't have a 3-down running back. Darnell Washington. This is by Cam to Kobe. Says Darnell Washington, he can block like a tackle, and he's 6'7". Just throw it up in the end zone, which is what we said. At 58, I think I'd like him better. What do you think, Harv?
Yeah, I would say 58.
At 26, it's too rich, man.
Yeah.
Robinson will not be there at 26. We need a 3-down running back. I'm out on Nolan Smith. That's Craig. And Rev says, no way on Schultz. You will see this year without Schultz. That's Craig. And Dak made Schultz. Rev wanted to.
He did.
And Clutch Boy Alex says, at Rev Kramer, facts. And Schultz was a huge loss this offseason. Let me get caught up here.
No.
But things could get crazy, Dwight. And if Nolan is there, I think you have to be proactive, especially when we saw D-Law. He was in the injury report all year round, right? I agree, Hoodlum. Do not take Darnell. Yeah, I think we're all on that one. La Puerta Negra. Sam Laporta. I'm not saying that other players are selfish, by the way. I'm just talking specifically about Tony Pollard and how he is as a person. He's not a selfish guy. I love that about him. Pollard saw how bad the market for running back is this year, which is probably a true statement. I don't know. What do you think, Harp?
It's pretty bad.
I mean, as it is, I saw a report. I believe it was Aaliyah. She tagged me in it, and it said that Saquon Barkley is not going to sign his franchise tag, and he's holding out. So I don't know. There's more to that story. I said, "Dang, does that mean if Bijan does slip through the cracks, is he going to be there for them? Are they going to be in the Bijan sweepstakes?" People keep talking about Avila. I don't think he's that good. He gets bullied like Cody Mock better. Damn. Why you do that to Steve Avila? Hello. 2 Micahs are awesome. Who's the second Micah? Oh, he's talking about Nolan Smith. For the offensive line this coming season, I'm hoping Tyron Smith and Jason Peters stay healthy. I don't think Jason Peters has been brought back, but for sure Tyron Smith needs to stay healthy. And Nolan Smith going to be D-Law replacement is straight up fire. I agree on that one. A Shaq tight end. He's still with Steve White. He's still with Darnell. what did he say? Darnell Kraft or Kuntz. He likes all those tight ends. I want a Xavier Hutchinson. I would love him in the third and fourth. Oh damn! You see, this is what I love talking about football, especially with these rookies coming in. Um, because then you start hearing about other players like this. Get Barkley here now.
No.
He still has some tread left. I don't think they've used him like the way Zeke was used,
Nope.
especially with the injuries. That is smart for Barkley. I think with him, he's just trying to bargain, see if he can get some money.
Not only that, what if he gets hurt again?
Ooh, that would be horrible. Kind of like what happened to Dak, right?
I don't believe. I don't. So I don't. I don't like. I believe what he's doing is right thing for him.
But let's talk about it real quick, and then from there we'll open it up, and then we'll see. Now that we've seen a little bit more tape, who would feel comfortable? And I want to hear that from everybody that's in the chat right now. Who would you feel comfortable from the players that you've seen? I already know Darnell Washington, Stephen White. Uh, but I want to hear you guys take on the first round. But if Dalton Kincaid is there, Harp, is he the starter? And what kind of impact can we expect from Dalton Kincaid in this new Cowboys offense?
I hate to say this because I don't want to take him at 26, but I'd be okay with it, man. I think he's a. I honestly think he's a mismatch nightmare, man, for linebackers. I honestly think that. And the way he goes up for the ball too against these cornerbacks is, I don't know, man. I would be okay with the pick. I wouldn't be happy, but I'd be okay with it. I'd be content.
Clutch boy Alex says Cowboys need to take the best player available.
I agree.
Craig says I will go Zay Flowers if he's there. What about Zach Chabernet? For the 1-2 punch, Pollard is not a workhorse back. Maher is better than Kincaid. This is from Craig. Let me see. Hoodlum. Oh, Kraft cheese is good.
Say Kraft cheese is good.
Trade him to Tennessee. I generally think Barkley said, "Can I win here with the Giants?" Nothing against the Giants. I just feel like it's fair to him to let him weigh his options. Right, laughing out loud. Cheese rocks. You guys. Oh man, Keyshawn Butte, the wide receiver from LSU. Trade, and then Hullum says, "Stay off the." Stephen A. Smith has me dying. Oh man. Uh Go sexy. All targets will be fine. Our O line will be fine. Just go for the freaks, right? But I like that linebacker Pace Jr. He's talking about Ivan Pace Jr. out of, I believe he's out of, is he out of Cincy? I believe.
Cincinnati Bearcats.
But at
I
pick
remember.
20,
I remember one play. He blew the head out of Osiris. He blew him out of the water one play. It looked nice.
Rev wants a ranking of the wide receivers. I
Who
guess
does, he said Rev.
yeah, Rev wants us to rank the wide receivers.
Well,
Rank
that's
the
easy.
wide receivers for me, boys.
That's easy. You ready, Rev? I got you right here. Number 1 on my board is Zay Flowers. Number 2 is Josh Downs. Number 3 is JSN. Number 4 for me will probably be Quentin Johnson. Number 5 would probably be Jordan Addison. 6, Jalen Hyatt. For me,
I think he wanted just 5.
7, I'll keep going. Marvin Mims Jr. 8, Nathaniel Dell. 9, Mingo. 10, Xavier Hutchinson. There you go.
Okay, all right. Yeah, just give me Jackson Smith and Jigba at 1. I'll take Zay Flowers at 2. I like Josh Downs down at 3. Quentin Johnson at 4. At 5. And this is when it gets a little hard, right? You start asking yourself, can Jalen Hyatt really get that kind of separation in the NFL? I know it's hard. He's a skinny guy. We really don't know his true speed, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Hyatt at 5, but with a real close Mims at second. Because man, Marvin Mims, he is nice with his footwork and he has that speed factor. It's nice, man. Um, How would you feel about a running back at 26?
Don't like it. Don't like it.
I mean, nobody wants to even talk about Jameer Gibbs. If it's not Bijan, I don't even want to talk about Jameer Gibbs, right?
No,
That's what
I don't.
basically everybody's doing. I wouldn't be mad. I think Jameer Gibbs has a great future
Yep.
ahead of him. I think, picking a running back in the first round is the smartest thing for any NFL team if he's worth the pick. Get my logic, because you can really use the 5th year option, and then you can tag him for the 6th year. Because if you re-sign him, then you're going to end up with a Zeke Elliott situation where you re-signed him 2 years too early, and now you're locked in for the next 4 years, paying them X amount of money. And yeah, they blew that one. But I'm just saying, you pick somebody like Bijan, you got 4 years with him. You give him the 5th year tag, right? Because it's only for first rounders. And if he gives you five good years, go ahead and tag him, franchise tag him the following year. So you have 6 years, and that lets you kind of find another running back to take over. Ramiro, it's been a while. Let's say the board is clear and Robinson and Kincaid are there. Who you got and why? Well, I guess I just answered his question. Harv, I'll pass it to you.
Man, that's a tough one, man.
It is a tough one. I want to hear his take on it too. Clutch.
When was Dak his most successful?
Probably his rookie year
With a tight end or a running back?
with a running back.
I'd go running back.
Rev says, "Give me Gibbs at 26." And he says, "Thank you for that. Appreciate it. We appreciate you, Rev." Clutch boy Alex says, "I want a Connie from A&M. Man, that guy is a track star, isn't he?" And
A chain.
that's what they call him, A-Chain, man. And Bijan Falls, we need to take him. It's easy. Gibbs is similar to Pollard. I know, that's why. I mean, if we can't get a long-term deal with him, you got your 2 punch there. Clutch boy Alex Bijan. We need a running back 2020 before the injury. I've never watched the NFL draft. How long does it take to get to the next pick after a team selects a player? I believe they have 10 minutes, but then they get like 5 minutes extra, right, for the commercial breaks. Aaliyah, you're gonna be in there. First round's 4 hours long. The second and third are also about 5 hours long. So first day is about 4 hours long. Next day is about 5 hours. Saturday's about 5 hours, 5 6 hours.
It's gonna be exciting, man.
I love it. I watch every second, every minute of it. And if we do a live feed, I'll be breaking the news that you guys are going to turn away. You guys are going to shut the TV off. But let's get caught up, and then we can kind of go in there. Javier, at linebacker, I'm picking him 9th overall. What's up, Cowboys Cast family? Hope you're all doing well. Adam, it is so good to hear from you.
What's up, Adam?
Best X is Cedric Tillman. Y is Jackson. No, SJN Slot Mims. Okay, yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I like it.
Yeah, got it.
I'm big on Xavier Hutchinson. I like it. Gibbs will be in the second. You think Gibbs will last into the second? Man, get the pesky Eagles picking 30th. Lots of wideouts. There is a lot of wideouts. Xavier reminds me of Mario Manningham. Damn, remember him with the Giants?
Yep.
Bijan hands down between those two. Bijan,
and that's coming
hands
from
down.
Stephen White.
Yeah.
The tight end god.
Y'all know you want to see Bijan say it already. We're all thinking about it with the heart emoji. Yeah. I love it. Jackson Smith-Jigba is the best receiver. Craig, I am with you on that one. If the Eagles get Bijan, it's over. I hate to say it. That is by Clutch Boy Alex. You know what? I think you're right, man. I would hate to see the Eagles pick him at 10. They have a real,
That'd be dangerous.
that'd be very dangerous. What's up, AZ? And then take the Eagles out the damn draft. They are so mean trying to take our players with the sad face. That's hilarious. Derrick Henry, anyone we saw?
I've heard so.
Where are these reports coming from?
It's funny. It's funny you hear it from one person, got it, but I'm hearing it from a lot of people. Why is that?
It's a thing right now.
I don't think it's a thing, but I think it's just clickbait.
Well, I'm saying like I think it's a thing that people want.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So let's talk. Let's talk real quick. I'm sorry about that. I was going through my notes here. For those on TikTok, you guys got to see on my screen. um, Pick 26. Dalton Kincaid. If he's best player available, are you mad? Or
I'm mad, but I'm happy
okay.
because we still get a playmaker. But I'm not happy about the tight end at 26. I'm not happy at all.
Who's your dream pick at 26 at this point?
You already know, man.
Besides Bijan.
You already know my. I want Zay Flowers, man. That's what I want. If I don't get Zay Flowers, I want Josh. I know Zay Flowers is not going to be there. So my second pick would be Josh Downs. 100%, hands down. Josh Downs is the guy. Because I'm telling you what, if the Cowboys don't select Josh Downs or anybody in the top 30 picks select Josh Downs, I have a feeling at 31 with the 2023 NFL draft with the 31st pick, the Kansas City Chiefs will select Josh Downs. Can you imagine?
So PFF has Zay Flowers ranked 29th on their big board. And then Downs, I gotta look here. Downs, they have Downs. Where is Downs here? Hate to do this to you, Harv. Josh Downs is ranked 40th on their big board.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, everybody to each own, to their own. But I
I
will
would I,
say,
I would like to know where they had what's his name from Seattle, the cornerback that was picked in the 5th round. Where they had him. What's his name? I forget his name.
which one?
The rookie cornerback from Seattle, not
Oh,
Kobe.
you're talking about the one from UTSA. You're talking about geez Louise, how did I lose his
I forgot it too. That's my thing, man. I don't think Josh Downs is 40 something. And the reason I say that, and the only thing I think he's down that far, is because what do we weigh more, Jerry? Do we weigh more offensive linemen, defensive end for wide receivers? Yes or no?
I mean, you're talking about the 5 money spots, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think he's that far down. Is the reason being is because there's some good tackles in this draft. There's one or two guards that are good. There's a lot of great defensive ends. There's a lot of good corners. I think Josh Downs is pushing down because of those guys. But if you tell me players, Josh Downs is it, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and say for me, and I think for the future for the Dallas Cowboys, the perfect pick at 26. I'm gonna go with offensive lineman, man. I think Darnell Wright out of Tennessee, man. I like what I see with this kid, man. He's young. He's 21. He's
That's a good
21.
and I agree, but you said my dream pick. If
Yeah,
I had to be logical about it,
yeah. I'm being logical. I'm being
yeah,
logical.
I would be okay with that pick. I love Darnell Wright.
Don't
He's
get it
got
wrong.
flexi-
If Bijan is there, I'm gonna I'm
he's
gonna
got flexibility.
I'm gonna
So
take it. Yeah, Darnell Wright. I think, and he reminds me so much of that. Well, Rashawn Slater, that offensive tackle that we almost took, but like luckily Michael fell that in that draft class. But let's get caught up to see anybody says who's their bet, who's their
Woolen. He said Woolen.
sub JP. That's from Adam. How y'all feel about Dalvin Cook? Man, it's like that movie. His shoulder always like comes out, right? They have to pop it in back in the game, and then it depends on how he feels.
No Dalvin Cook.
If he didn't have the shoulder thing, maybe I think he still has 2-3 good years in him left. I think Bears draft Bijan, like that's the perfect fit for him. Harvey, you were on that way before that. It was Tyreek Woolen. That was the cornerback.
Tyreek Woolen, yeah.
Somebody put it on TikTok. It was actually Clutch Boy Alex.
Appreciate it.
I know. I want to know where they had DeRon Bland, right? Because he was a big surprise for the Dallas Cowboys. I want a Super Bowl, baby, so we can get that '90s feeling again. It
That's it.
was
That's it.
the greatest years of all time. If we don't get Zay Flowers, nobody can have him. That is hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. I'll take Michael Mayer over Bijan, hands down. I can go get a running back in the third. You know what? I think you can get running backs all the way into the seventh. I think in this draft
Yeah.
class. Michael Mayer is just that good, man. Get all of the above. I like Elia, right? Make it that simple? Mims at 26, Stephen White. Is I mean, isn't he on Darnell?
No.
If we draft Michael Mayer, they gonna give him 82 on purpose. That's exact. I was talking to Kendall today, and I said, he was asking me about Michael Mayer. I go, man, he's just like you look at him. He's just so slow, but he does
He's
everything.
slow.
He does everything
He's slow.
right.
I don't like that, man.
I go, he does everything right, but he just slow. I think what the Cowboys are trying to add this speed factor. I don't know if Michael Mayer would be, what they're looking for, but he looks like a hell of a player. However, what if Josh Downs is there at 58?
With the 2023 NFL draft in the second round with the 58 pick, the Dallas Cowboys select wide receiver James Down, North Carolina. Josh Downs.
Josh Downs, right? Get that right. I was just watching Darnell Wright film. He is a solid. He is very solid.
I mean, so is
26 minutes. Just get
Stephen White. So is my toilet at home, man. With that, like
no. He was just saying get Marvin Mims. He cleared it up.
I got you.
Just get Mims.
Got it.
I'm always line O-line first. Dream pick 26 is Paris Johnson though.
Ooh.
I get you. We still haven't gotten Kareem Hunt. Now Kareem Hunt, he's not really that power back though, man. He's more of a pass catching receiver. I wouldn't mind a defensive tackle in the first round, man. We've been asking for that for forever, but for whatever reason, it's just not in the DNA to get him. They never do it. It's unlikely, but it's a real possibility he's going to be the next Saquon. Oh, so they're referring to Bijan. Addison over Downs, and McCarthy loves his big tight ends. We did hear Brian Broaddus. We're trying to get the clip from Brian Broaddus where I can see it already. We'll get to it right now. Brian Broaddus was saying that his ideal player is 6'4", 250 pounds, who can fly, catch and fly, or something along those lines, right? Alex Lopez, can't wait till Diggs gets traded on draft night. Wow, that's a bold prediction. And you just pissed off a whole bunch of Cowboys Nation right there, Alex. Why are you doing that, man? Darnell Wright sucks, man. What? Hoodlum? What do you mean he sucks? I like his versatility, man.
You're crazy, man.
Just bring Zeke back. I think he wants to come back. I don't know if you guys have an Instagram, but Paul Dak likes to highlight people that have been practicing with him. And Zeke was practicing today. He's just a big person. Oh, damn. Hoodlum. What?
Wow.
He has nice feet for a big guy.
Yeah.
If we could get Carter, I guess Carter or Parrish Jr. So the consensus so far with the Cowboy Cast is that we're getting the feeling that offensive line is our best bet at 26.
Why does everybody keep saying Addison above Downs?
If you look at him when he was at Pitt.
No. Stop, man.
I think that's where it's coming from.
The NFL stands for not for long. So what have you done for me lately?
I don't know, but I will say this: and some of the tips with USC look like he would take himself out of some plays, man. I'm not really on Addison, but I understand people like his footwork, if anything. I'm at Washington. I got Diggs back all the way. Leave Diggs alone. I told you you're gonna make people mad.
Hey, this is my thing about Diggs, though. I think he stopped following the Cowboys on Instagram.
He did do that.
I think he's trying to prepare for this long contract. I think he might hold out.
Where's this? I wish Tony Pollard would talk some sense into him, right?
But to me, man, let's not lie about it. Let's call a spade a spade. He was a liability in that Niners game. It looked like he made some business decisions, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'll leave it at that.
The, the George Kittle tackle.
Because I'll tell you what, man, I would have blown that dude up if I was Frank Gore. I would have blown him up.
People don't know this, but Harvey did play free safety.
I would have blown him up.
Helen was saying Darnell Washington. Those are tiny receivers, not number ones. I understand, but there is some number one wide receivers like Tyreek Hill, who is tiny but freaking fast and does all the things that a big guy can do. Jump balls are crazy. Who's gonna help me out? Gilmore then.
That's why you draft a cornerback.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's saying they're going to trade him for a first rounder. With that first rounder, they'll go with a top the top rated corner, whether it be Deontay Banks or Emmanuel Forbes,
Deontay Banks,
whoever it might be there at whatever level they could get, right? But I don't know. I think teams are not going to be trading first rounders anymore for. I don't think they'll be trading first rounders anymore for any position that is not quarterback. I think they're going to stop doing that for corners. Darnell Washington sucks, not Darnell Wright. Wright is good. Oh, okay.
Got it.
All right. We got you. Yeah. Did I say Darnell Washington? Damn, my bad. I thought I said Darnell Wright. I'll take DeJuan Jones too at 26. At 58, I'll take a 58, not 26. Right tackle B, sorry, steal, heel, and play swing.
So I'm gonna go back to the Will McClay thing again, Jerry. So Will McClay in a position, right? We're talking about a position at the time, okay? Because in Will McClay we trust. As an executive, at certain points with the Cowboys since 2009, he's been a pro scouting coordinator, director of football research, assistant director of player personnel, senior director of pro college scouting, and now he's the vice president of player. So since 2009, he's held all those positions. So if we look at the 2009, which they had no pick, first round, the next year they selected Des Bryant. After that, Tyrone Smith, Maurice Claiborne, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, Byron Jones, Ezekiel Elliott, Taco Charlton, LVE, no pick in 2019, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Tyler Smith.
Man, he's hit more than he's missed. I think there's only two players on there that think Taco. Taco got a Super Bowl ring, but I don't even think he's playing anymore.
He's not. But I'm just saying, man, that's pretty good.
Diggs has never really posted the Cowboys. I don't think unfollowing them is anything serious unless you all know something I don't. Well, it's just, how social media is. They make something bigger than what it is. Some wide receivers are not number ones or twos or threes. Some wide receivers are good enough to be whatever you want them to be.
Thank you, Hoodlum.
Where are you going with this, Brogan? And if Dallas had won more games, what about they would have been picking later in the draft? What about Will McDonald? We were talking about this, and Brian Broaddus said that this could be a real possibility.
I'm not gonna lie. It might be. My thing is, he's 239.
Not small, but he has what is he 6'3"?
Yeah, but if it was,
he's a little bit older, I think, too, right? That was mainly what was holding you back, right, with him.
Yeah.
But Brian Broaddus is really locking in on Will McDonald to the Cowboys. Hypothetically, if we get D-Hop, are you still drafting a wide receiver? It's a good question.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm drafting. I don't know, man. Because if we get D-Hop, are you still drafting a wide receiver?
I think it just depends if you're able to keep.
That's a tough one, man.
If you're able to keep what you have, because I think for the first three, for sure, for the first the first 3 rounds, you want to go BPA, right? At least for the first and second, right? BPA, best player available.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one, man.
What number was Micah drafted at?
11,
I believe
12,
12.
12,
Yeah,
12.
it would have been 10, but they made a trade with
We want me and my brothers wanted Micah Parsons so bad, man. I was jumping for joy. I was like so happy.
look at Hulum 12. No, McD at Hulum they will. Micah, a whole superstar. We got blessed with him. Yes, we
We
did. We
did.
did get lucky. If Dallas had won more games, the negative narrative on Diggs would be different. Ooh.
Nah, I've seen some I've seen sometimes, man, he gives up some big plays too when he shouldn't.
I'm tired of hearing about team friendly deals. Me too, man. I'm already tired of this, man.
What do you mean team friendly deals?
Like in other words, the Cowboys are always looking for team friendly deals to get with their players.
No, I'm just being honest, man. Sometimes we look. I love Zeke to death, but the way he sat out, the way he did it, I'm not paying you that money for that much for running back. I don't care how much respect I have for that person. I'm putting my team in jeopardy in the long term. And I don't know who said this. Was it? I don't know who said it. An executive said this. Whenever you draft a running back, you let him walk. You never re-sign a running back. I don't know who said that, Jerry, but somebody said that.
It was Bill Walsh. He said he would tell all everybody he drafted. He goes, "You got 4 years after
But it
that."
was somebody else that recently said it.
Oh, my bad.
Tad, I remember. I don't remember his name, but I'm just my point. You should have. I would have let Zeke walk, and I would have drafted a running back. That's just me.
Going back at last year's draft, the Cowboys reached for Tyler Smith at that time, and yeah, like the I like
Yeah.
the question marks. And what were your thoughts at the time?
Let's all be honest. We all thought the Cowboys reached 100%. He had a lot of issues with grabbing and holding.
I
There
think he
were
had
some. There
16
were some.
holding penalties.
There were some other calls that they didn't call on him that should have been called. So I didn't understand the whole ordeal. I didn't understand it. Well, there's a reason why we in Will McClay, right?
We trust.
We trust. So
Will they reach again this year?
there is some consensus. There is some consensus whispers saying that the Cowboys have somebody in mind at 26 that nobody thinks they're taking. I've heard that.
Well, I will tell you this. At the beginning of the show, we did say that Jackson Smith and Jigba was brought in for a 30 visit. So was Darnell Wright, not Washington. Darnell Wright, the Tennessee offense tackle, and we can go ahead and throw in there Garrett Williams, the cornerback out of Hughes. So he was brought in for a 30 visit also with the Dallas Cowboys. So just want to throw that in there, like you said. And Will McClay would try. Hypothetically, would y'all draft Jalen Carter if he's there?
He's out of my draft board. He's
Damn.
off my draft board. I'm being honest.
Do y'all think the Cowboys paid Diggs?
Jerry Jones, yes. If I was Jerry Jones, I wouldn't pay him.
It's always owner friendly, management friendly. they're not only the owners, they're the managers and they're the janitors, right? I trade picks with Seattle at 20. It opens up things.
No,
But
I think you stay where you're at.
I mean, when the Cowboys stay where they're at, things just work out for them naturally. Get both Darnells. Darnell at 26 and Darnell Washington at pick 58. So, I mean, at the very end, Dalton Kincaid at 26, would he help out the Dallas Cowboys, Harvey?
That what?
Dalton Kincaid at 26, if it does happen, does he help out the Dallas Cowboys?
He does, man. Let's just be honest. He does.
Will
100%.
will he offset the whatever is missing opposite of CeeDee Lamb, or will he help out CeeDee Lamb?
I think he would. For sure. That middle area, people are gonna have to lock in that middle area, which leaves the outside open for CD for sure.
I believe. Oh yes. Thank you, Gilbert Gamis. Yes, Jacqueline. I always say Jacqueline, but it's like Joaquin Roy, the LSU defense tackle. He was also brought in for a 30 visit too. So these are names that you want to get familiarized. What was it? 5 names that Cowboys brought in for a 30 were drafted last year.
4 or no 3 were drafted and what was undrafted.
That's right. That's correct.
So the three were Devin Harper was drafted. It was Marquise Bell that was drafted. Jerome Bland that was drafted.
No,
And
Bell was undrafted.
Marquise Bell?
Yeah, he was undrafted. Deron Bland.
Oh, yeah, he was right. You're right. You're right. Jerome Bland, Devin Harper, and then the two undrafted were Malik Davis and Marquise Bell.
But Devin Harper was also a draft pick too.
No, that's what I said. He was a pick.
I bet. No damn tight end, Black Mamba. I love it. I think Zay Flowers or Josh Downs makes this offense unstoppable. Oh, shoot, that was from Hoodlum. No Kincaid. He damn near Jerry's age. I love Black Mama's laughing with you on that one. Look, at this point, we got to trust what Will McClay is doing. And Dalton Kincaid is a pick at 26. Let's roll with it. This is definitely Mike McCarthy's offense. Not once have I seen his offense flourish. This is the only thing I will say. I have not seen Mike McCarthy's offense flourish with a number one tight end, let alone two tight ends that have the potential to be your 1-2 punch that every NFL team wants. But if Dalton Kincaid is what Mike McCarthy wants, well, hell, if the ship sinks because of the pick, well, then we know that Mike McCarthy is out, and that's it, man. And it's gonna be a new regime come next offseason. What do you think, Harv?
So I want to correct myself. So it was 5, right? It was Sam Williams, Deron Bland, Devin Harper, and then the other two were Marquise Bell and Malik Davis that were undrafted, part of the 30 visit last year.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that clarification. Another tight end that doesn't block, no fill the void with a Shaq Daddy and Darnell Washington.
Oh my God.
And he has back issues like he been sleeping on bricks. He need one of them beds. Daxby commercial. These are all true. These are all true statements. But I mean, that's what it is. I mean, at this point, I believe me and Harvey were fighting this whole Dalton Kincaid situation. But we say, you know what? Let's accept it. Let's just look at it logistically. If he's best player available, you know what could be horrible? What could go horribly wrong? And what could go horribly wrong is that Dalton Kincaid cannot pick up the NFL or the NFL defenses, and he doesn't have no impact on offense. Therefore, Dak and Mike, with their backs against the wall, they're going to be fighting an uphill battle. They're going to be climbing an uphill mountain, uphill all season long. And maybe Dalton Kincaid was not the pick at 26. So we're just saying we accepted it, but we're not accepting it. We do not want a tight end. We like our tight ends. I think we need to focus on the offensive line. Harv, anything else for you?
Nothing, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here for us. We always have fun, like always, man. We're a big family. Stay blessed, man.
Hey, find us on all social medias, man. If you find us on Twitter, from there we can link up on Discord. We also do whatever we share on TikTok, we share it on Instagram Reels, and of course now we're live on Facebook. Thank you for those that are joining us on Facebook. Thank you. Gilbert Gamis asked what's going on for the draft party. Hey, at Pick 26, we will be live. We will be doing for that one. I know I probably will have some drinks, but I won't get too crazy. Yeah, we'll talk about it. And
I think we got a new person in here.
We'll get to it in just a bit. Parsons been putting in that work. Recently worked out with Bijan. Did y'all see that?
Yep, for sure.
Man, I love me some Micah. He just be playing mind games like crazy. What do you say? Darnell Washington. Oh wait. Oh yeah, Darnell Washington is the fastest tackle that catches and plays fullback to Darnell Washington. No, I'm not. We better not draft him at 26. I think it just looks like a college tight end. Todd Corey. But I believe he was here last time. But
was he? Give him a round of applause.
Where's your studio? It's wherever you're watching it. That's where we're at. That was from a Trump supporter on TikTok. Offensive line, yes, right. Jose, please, you guys are doing a kick-ass job. Hey, you do a kick-ass job. If
Appreciate
we
you.
draft a tackle, Jerry, if we draft tight end and tackling Jerry, I think all Cowboys Nation will freaking. I think I think it's gonna be unpleasant for Jerry Jones if he's picking a tight end at 26. Thanks, brothers. I'm still going to sign up with Discord. Laugh out loud right now, right now, right now. Laugh out
He's
loud.
Stephen West been saying that.
He's Hulum, are you a tequila? You're a tequila poppy. I'm a Dos Equis poppy, man. I like that. Thank you, gentlemen. Here's to you guys. Cheers, salute. Hello, Micah. Don't be with with that BS. People get mad with Micah when he be trying trolling on social media. How do I get into Discord? Aaliyah, find us on Twitter and we will give you the directions.
I just popped it up right now.
Sweet. Kincaid has a neck issue, doesn't he? I believe it's an actual back issue.
Back issue.
Greatest show as always. Oh, we love it, Black Mamba. There it is. Discord. If on TikTok, if you guys got Discord and you want to follow us, we're gonna have cap giveaways. We're gonna do that live on draft day too.
Draft day, baby.
Yeah, and we're gonna have we're gonna do an actual watch along. So we would like to see you guys on there. What do you say? The 3Gs. I'm missing something. Fantastic show, fellas. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen. That's it for us. TikTok, you guys be nice.
TikTok, be nice.
We'll see you guys Sunday.
Sunday?
What day? Tell them there on YouTube before we get off.
I don't know. What day?
Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, if you guys want to catch me and Harvey, we'll be on East West football.
We'll be on East West football.
And so
talking NFL.
Yes, talking all NFL. And then typically we like to go live on Sunday. So keep an eye out for that on Sunday. We'll have something to talk about. But that's it for us. Little last minute things here. Javi, give me a damn hat. Yeah. Where my hat at? Hello. We added one to the mix. That's